All right, guys, we are back with episode 2. So yeah, like Lyric was saying about going to work, and I feel like work can be helpful sometimes because, like you said, like if you're at work, like you got to focus on what you're doing. You can kind of like throw those thoughts you're having in the back of your mind. But also, like, I had asked on Instagram the other day, like, how do people deal with going to a 9 to 5 or running a small business or a business and being depressed because the bitch is drowning over here. Like, I'd be like, oh my God, you want me to go to work? I have to come into work today with the way that I feel in my mind. Like, is this a joke? Am I being punked? Like, I struggle with doing that. I used to be like such a hustler, such a go-getter, like I'm doing this, I'm doing that, like this. And now that I'm older, I'm like, oh my God, this shit is so fucking ghetto. Where the fuck is my trust fund? I don't want to do this anymore. I hate this. Like, I hate this.
I used to I was privileged in the job that I have, and I don't, dismiss the fact that that's the fact, but I used to take mental health days, and I would just tell my boss, like, I'm not coming in today. I'm not feeling very worky. Mm-hmm. So figure it out. Like, I'm not gonna come in. And it would normally line up with days that she was home. Yeah. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this. Yeah. And then at some point, it was just better for me because those are the days that I would be happiest when I wasn't at work. Yeah. So then it's like, okay, well, this job clearly isn't making you happy anymore.
Exactly.
So I left it. Yeah. And that's that shit. Like, work can be an outlet. Yeah. But it can also be like just a distraction and a way for you can make money in any way. Right. Especially today, in this day and age, you can make money doing anything. Yeah. So don't stay at that little 9 to 5 ass job. They don't give a fuck about you.
Right. And they will replace you with the quickness. I have a problem with like starting new jobs. And I'm an overachiever, so I'll be like, all the staff can quit. I got this. I can do everything by myself. And we're going to be great. And then 30 days later, I'm like, fuck you guys. Yeah. Fuck this building. Fuck this career path. I hate everybody. I cannot do this anymore. It is a vicious cycle. And I don't know why I'm like this. But literally, every job I'll start and I'll be like, oh my God, I love it here. I love this. I can do this for the rest of my life. It's no problem. 30 to 60 days later, I'm like, I will kill myself if I have to come back here again. I cannot do this. Like, I cannot handle this one more fucking day. And I'm like, why am I like this? Like, that's why? True. What is the reason?
Actually, I do that all the time.
I hate that about myself. I
hate it. Knows it for a fact. I'm like, I like it. It's really fun.
These people are great.
And then I'm just like, no.
I fucking hate it here.
It's not good. I mean, working was something for me. Yeah. It's something for me to do, but like, I had, like, a really bad episode at work, and I was like, oh, this is not a good place.
That is the worst, like, when you are at work, and I feel like when I'm at work, like, obviously, like, I just give people this certain, like, it's like a character that I play, like, because we live, like, in this white area, and I'm normally the only black person at my job, like, I just put this character on, like, I don't even think about it anymore. It's automatic. I try not to even do it, but I cannot help it because I've done it for so long. So it's like when you start to come out of that character at work and you're like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, we're not supposed to be doing this right now. Like, what the fuck is going on? But when we worked at our old job, I kept having panic attacks at work because I didn't fucking want to be there, obviously. And it was just, like, too much going on in my personal life, and then I'm at work, and it was crazy there. Like, that was probably one of the worst jobs I've ever had. So I ended up going to my therapist, like, I told my therapist or whatever, and she was like, I recommend maybe you try medication. So, like, I tried that. It did not work. It did not work. So yeah, like, having episodes at work is very exhausting because I'm like, I'm trying to keep on this persona, and then this is going on, and then I can't, and this, I want to go home, please. And now I'm faking emergencies so that I can leave work.
Yeah, it was hard. I think that was the first time I actually had, like, a really bad, because sometimes I would just have, like, I don't want to be around people. Mm-hmm. That was the first time I actually had, like, a really bad episode at work, and I felt so bad. Yeah. Because I'm taking care of somebody, and I don't want this to affect them. And I'm just like, I can't do this. I want to die. Like, it was so bad. And I was just like, I can't work for a while. This is not gonna work out for me.
Yeah.
And I realized that every single job that I had, if I would have stayed there any longer, it would have led up to that.
Yeah.
Because I have a pattern. I started realizing I have a pattern. I like it, and then I don't like it, and then I start getting really exhausted. But when I start getting exhausted, I leave.
Right.
And I find something else. But because I stayed this place almost a year, I was like, wow. I was like, I can't.
I have never made it past a year at a job.
Bro, I can't say the same thing. Like, I literally,
like, I just can't do it.
I think it's you go if you stay there for a year.
People that be like, oh, I've been at this job for 48 years. I'm like, bitch, are you dumb? Like, what do you mean?
Right.
48 years. The only thing I'm committing to doing for 48 years is raising my fucking kids.
Hello.
That is it. Anything else, you have got to get the fuck out of here. I cannot. How are people staying at jobs this long? There's no fucking way.
The bitches that been there for 15 years.
Like,
in the
what?
Same position.
Same pay as when you started.
Treat you like shit.
Yes.
Because you're advancing past them and you've been there for 6 months.
I can't
Don't do that.
I remember doing that. I remember going to a job and I was working with older women. And they were like, I've been here for 15 plus. This is how we do this. Da, da, da. But I was like, why can't we do it this way? You can't change it because it's been like this for 15 years. I'm like, girl, it's not my fault that you've been here for 15 years.
Yeah, there's like an underlying bitterness with them. They'll be like,
I'm like, okay, why are you not a manager?
Right.
Okay, that has nothing to do with me. Just because you're in the same boat as me doesn't mean anything. Like,
and then they're bitter and they create a hostile work environment with microaggressions that make you look crazy.
Right.
And then you quit.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I don't understand. Well, I came to you 5 times.
And I'm not finna keep doing this.
Hello.
That's what I'm not gonna keep doing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody should ever feel bad about having multiple jobs.
Yeah. My friends always make fun of me because my job record is so long. I'm like, bitch, listen. Because what I'm not finna do is be unhappy. The fuck?
Hello. You got a lot of experience. That's all I heard.
I remember going to a job interview. So you work here, within the same 3 months? Yes,
bitch. Mind your business.
Mind your neck. Okay, are you gonna hire me or not?
Exactly.
But I'm like, okay, you don't have to talk about me like that. Like, you
right.
know, obviously, I've been at
mind your business. Don't mind my business.
Just because I was working and then I quit and got another job within the same month, and also quit that job and got another a job within the other. Like, no, that's none of your business. Like,
it's literally me.
I worked 3 places. That's all you need to know.
Right. And I was great at all of them. Hello. So mind your business. And
they'd be like, "Why did you leave?" I'd be like, "Cause of management." And that works so good.
It's perfect.
It's like management was just not getting what I needed.
Right.
Like, I understand you. Yeah. And I'm just like, no, sweetie, I just quit because I was just not.
Because I fucking hated it. Yeah. Big mood. Big mood.
I also can't think about any other, like, any job I quit the right way. Like, I can't think about
like
that because, like, my hostess job, I actually did try to quit the right way, and they were like, no. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave. So I quit. But a lot of my jobs, I'm just like, you pissed me off, so I'm leaving now. I'm not gonna give you 2 weeks. Right. I'm leaving now. So I never quit the right way.
I don't believe in a 2-week notice.
Because they're not gonna give you a 2 week notice if they fire you.
Exactly.
Bitch, you're fired, and they wait till the end of your shift. Like, no, they don't. The whole 2 weeks notice. They
don't give you 2 weeks notice when they need you to come in.
Right.
They don't need you, none of that. So
there's no courtesy to the employee, but we're expected to give courtesy to the employer. Like, bitch, what?
Like, that's
in this economy,
right? No. Hello, that part.
And I'm good for working a job and getting another job first and then quitting. I'll be like, so because of my schedule, this is no longer working for me. Or I just ghost, depending on what it is. Because sometimes I'm like, you guys deserve nothing.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
I struggle. But I be hating these jobs. I'm not even gonna lie. They're literally the fucking worst. Like, I literally hate them.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So I wanted to talk about the lack of diversity in the therapist options, not only in bumfuck nowhere where we live, but also just overall. So I had looked it up, and the last study was done in 2015, and they said 86% of therapists were white. No surprise there. Right. 5% Asian, 5% Hispanic, 4% Black, and then 1% multiracial. I am not surprised at these numbers at all.
No.
What I'm wondering is, why is there such a lack of Black therapists? Why are people not going to school for this? Like, why are they not wanting to do this? That is what I'm wondering. And then I was thinking, you know, maybe it's because we already have so much on us. Like, not only is there, I feel like, a lack of acknowledgement of Black mental health within the Black community, but I also feel like Black women especially, like, we just have so much on us. Like, we just are, I can't speak for everyone, but I just feel like from what I go through and from what I see my friends going through, like, we just are expected to always be there for our family, our friends. Everyone kind of uses us like for a resource. So it's like I'm just not licensed, like technically, or paid, like. But like for my family, like I feel like I'm that person that everyone. That's why I have to put my phone on Do Not Disturb while we record, because my phone is just constant. Like, someone always needs something, someone always needs to talk, or needs a resource, or needs this or needs that, and I don't mind doing that. I don't mind being that for people. But yeah, when I thought about it, I'm like, damn, I feel like this is probably why. Like, we are, there's a ton of Black therapists, female therapists, especially, we're just not licensed. Yeah. So, yeah. And I was going to go to school for this multiple times, but I'm a little flaky. So I was like, can't commit. I can't commit to a job for a year. How the fuck am I going to commit to 4 years of school? I just don't see it happening for me. So I was like, it'd probably take me like 12 years to graduate, because I would stop and then start and then stop and then start. So it's just not for me. I'm going to keep being an unlicensed therapist. Fuck with me. But yeah, that's what I concluded from that. But what do you guys think about like those numbers and like why it might be like that?
I think those numbers are going to drastically change in the next couple of years, because I feel like a lot of people are drawing the same conclusions as we are when it comes to mental health, especially Black mental health. However, the reason why they are the way that they are goes back to what you're saying about you automatically are a therapist. So it's in the back of your mind that that's not something you want to be, because therapy in that way is taking on the burden of others. Like just the burden of others, but without that training, it's exhausting. It is. And it's, especially if you're empathetic. And then part of therapy is reliving trauma. And that can be painful for the patient and the therapist. And to put yourself through that knowingly, I think, is another version of trying to avoid that free therapist role. Or trying to stay out of like, oh, I already know why shit is bad. I don't want to hear about it constantly. The same reason why there's less Black people in almost all fields of medicine are because we're excluded from them. They don't want to see you there. They don't want to see you thrive, or they put somebody else there in your place. That's always, you know, gonna be a battle. But I think that's why we don't see that many Black people in mental health medicine right now, as well as other medicine. But again, like I said, I think it's going to drastically change, especially in the upcoming like 5 to 10 years. We're going to see a huge increase in Black medicine development.
What do you think?
For me, I'm actually thinking about going to school for psychology. I already have it like in the works, but right now I'm trying to see if I mentally can do that. I mean, I'm off of work now, so I feel like I can actually focus on doing what I need to do. But I always knew that I was going to be in medicine. And I always knew I was going to be a doctor. That's just what's going to happen. So, if that is being a medical doctor or if it's being a psychologist, I really am interested in psychology. Mental health is really big for me. Since I am learning it now, it makes me want to learn it more. I don't know. I feel like I've seen a lot of like talk shows with Black doctors coming on there. I forgot what talk show it was, but there was twin female health doctor, like mental health doctors, and I thought that was beautiful because like they opened up their own clinic. That's kind of what I want to do. I always wanted to open up my own clinic and have people of color, not just because I know how hard it is for me to find representation. Like I don't even know how it is